does not desire to use. He wants to use us all in his own significant way. So if you have a Bible, go ahead and turn to Matthew chapter 25. Matthew 25. And we're going to be looking at several verses. I'm going to tell you what's going on first. I like to tell the story first, and then we read it in the scriptures so you already have a good understanding of what's going on. Now here Jesus is teaching again a parable, and he's saying that the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling into a far country. But before he went into this country, he called his servants. He had 3 servants. He gave one of his servants 5 talents. He gave the other servant 2 talents. And he gave the last servant 1 talent. Because this man knew that he was going to go on a far journey and that he was going to be going away for a long, long time. So he had 3 servants that he left over his possession, particularly his money. And he gave each servant talents according to his ability of what he knew that servant could perform. Amen. So he gave one of his servants 5 talents. And the other servant he gave 2 talents. And then the last servant he only gave him 1 talent. And this gentleman was gone for a long, long time. But when he returned home, he called each one of his servants and told him, "Let me see what you have done with that I have given unto you." And the first servant said, "Lord, you gave me 5 talents, and I made 5 more talents." And the Lord said unto him, this is Jesus telling the story, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, now I'm going to make you ruler over much." In other words, you did good with what I've given you. Not only did you give me back what I gave you, you gave me more. He said, and he called the second servant and said, "What is it that you have done with the talent that I have given you?" And he said, "Lord, you gave me 2 talents and I got you 2 more. He told that servant, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things, now I will make you ruler over many." And then he called that last servant that he had gave 1 talent. And he said, "What did thou do with that which I have given thee?" He said, "I hid it and I put it in the ground because I knew you was a hard man and I know you like to reap where you didn't sow." He said, "Take that wicked, slothful, called him lazy servant and cast him out, for he is unprofitable to me." Amen. So Jesus called this servant unprofitable. According to the illustration in the story, this servant was unprofitable for his master. Now, he may have been profitable to someone, but his master didn't have no use of him because he was lazy. And Jesus said, but this is what heaven is likened unto. And he's trying to show us that he is that gentleman who came from a far country and blessed us. And he's gone away again, and he's going to return to see what we have done with the time he gave us on earth. Amen. And when he come back, if we have not made good with the time he gave us on earth, he's going to cast us into the outer darkness, and there's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. He's talking about us. Amen. And some of us have become, and when I say us, I'm not talking about you all, I'm talking about in the world. We have become unprofitable to God. We're profitable to someone, but not to God, because we have lost our saltiness and our vigor and our light. Come on now. And so what Jesus is saying, don't become unprofitable. You can be profitable today, but tomorrow change your mind and your attitude and become unprofitable to God. Don't become unprofitable. And watch this. The devil is wise. You don't become unprofitable overnight. It's always gradual. It's gradual. And what does the word gradual mean? The word gradual means something taking place or changing or moving by small degrees, little by little. Something taking place, changing are moving by small degrees or little by little. See, Satan don't want you to just turn your back on God all at once. He wants you to do it gradually. And as you do it gradually, if you're not wise, if you're not careful, you become unprofitable to God. And once you become unprofitable to God, God cannot and will not use you. Look at Saul, for example, King Saul. God told him to go in and kill the Amalekites, and everything that they have, they possess their cattle, their herd, their women, and their children, and kill everything, including the king. And Saul didn't obey God fully. He kept the fatted calf and the king. And God said, I reject you from being king over my people because you are unprofitable to me, because you do not do what I ask you to do. It's simply because you don't obey God. Doesn't mean that you hate God, you're a devil worshiper, or nothing like that. You just don't obey God. So you want to make sure that we don't become unprofitable, so when Jesus come back, he don't have to tell us, depart from me, I never knew you. That's why he put these parables in this Bible, to make sure we're not the story being told. Amen. And I don't care how we try to cut it, you cannot justify your actions with God. If it ain't right, it ain't right. Amen. Jesus is teaching this parable, but I'm telling you, you got to be careful who you let in your inner circle, because you're going to come back. The Bible even said there's a way that seems right to a man, but the ends thereof are the ways of death. It seems right, don't make it right. It's only right if God says right or his word says right. That's the only way it's going to make it right. So Jesus was giving this illustration. And he said, cast that unprofitable, slothful servant out, for he is unprofitable to me. Amen? Amen. So we just want to make sure that we're not becoming, not have become, unprofitable to God. Because we may be of value. We may get employed of the year every year. But that's not good for heaven. Amen. We might get the neighborhood of the year award. You understand what I'm saying? We may appear on the Maury Povich show or Oprah Winfrey or whatever for all the accolades and be recognized as a community leader. It's not good enough for heaven. And that's why Jesus says salt that has lost its salt is good for nothing. He said nobody lights a candle and put it under the table. We are the light of the world. And sometimes we need to be shaken because we forgot that we are the light. Amen. And God is dependent on us. If they're going to see any Jesus, they're going to see you. They're not going to see that Jesus. He's looking at Jesus supposed to be in you, the Jesus in me. We sing a song called The Jesus in Me. Love the Jesus in you. It's so easy when we both got Jesus in us. See, we want people to come to church. No, you the church. I'm looking at the church. Amen. You are the example I'm going to see. You are the kind of people I'm going to see when I go to your church. So you're supposed to be letting your light already shining. Now let's look at the story. Look to your neighbor and say, I'm so glad he ain't talking about me, child. I'm so glad he ain't talking about me, child. Thank you. Let's look at this story right quick. We get ready to go. Because I'm going to have to look to them and say, you're going to do part two. We're going to do part two. But let's look at this story that Jesus is telling. I love Jesus. He's a master storyteller because he keeps it so plain that you can't help but see. And he wants you to be able to see so you can change. Amen. If he talk above you, you can't change. Amen. If he talk beneath you, you can't change. He talk right to your heart. Amen. Because anybody can understand this. Man had 5 talents. He gave his boss 5 more talents. I would like you too. You understand? Who wouldn't? This man is helping me do what I need to get done. And that's all God is really saying to us. I need y'all help to help straighten out this world. We can't change the world, but we can sure make it a better place to live. If we just do our part. Amen. Look at Matthew 25 verse 14. When you find it, say bless his name. Bless his name. He says, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling to a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability. and straightway took his journey. He gave them according to what he knew they could do.
Amen.
God, your ministry is where God know you work your best at. I don't care what it is. You need to find out what your ministry is and do it, because God know that only you can do it the way he needed it.
Come on now.
And you may think it's something insignificant, and do not listen to people. God gave you something to do for you lead this world, and it's not just coming in and shout on Sunday.
Amen.
Amen. So you need to find out what it is that you can do with a passion that you would do for free. That's your ministry. Sometimes it may involve you getting paid or getting money, but you'll do it even if it was for free.
Amen.
That's your passion. Look at verse 16. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded the same and made them 5 other talents. Verse 17. And likewise he that received the 2, he also gained other 2. But he that received the 1 went and digged it in the earth and hid his Lord's money. And after a long time, the Lord of those servants coming and reckoned with them. In other words, he came back. He said, okay, let's see what you do. What you done. Look at verse 20. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I gained thee beside them 5 talents more. And his Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over men and enter into the joy of the Lord. He said, you know you're going to always have a place. Boy, you all right with me. You took 5 and made 5 more. I like that. That's the kind of help I need around this house. He also that received 2, verse 22, came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I've gained 2 talents other beside them. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of the Lord. They celebrated. Who don't like good employees? Who don't like good children? Who don't like good husbands, good wives, good grandchildren, brothers and sisters, moms and fathers, uncles and nieces and them? Who don't like good? We all like good, because we all benefit when everybody good. Well, why we think God don't like good servants? What made you think God don't want good servants? He loves good servants, because the kingdom of heaven expands when people do the will of God. Verse 24. Then he which had the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. He said, look, I still got what you gave me. It's yours, take it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I ain't do you no wrong. At least I gave it back to you. Amen. But that ain't what I asked you to do. You knew what it expected. He even said by his own confession, he knew what was expected of his Lord. And that's why when Jesus come back, we won't be able to make no excuse, because we know what we're supposed to be doing while we're here on earth with this borrowed time. It's borrowed time. Amen. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You don't need no preacher to tell you. Now this is how I know we know what we're supposed to be doing, because when we do what we're not supposed to be doing, we hide from the preacher. Amen. If you don't really know what you're doing, you wouldn't hide. You wouldn't wait till it get dark. You wouldn't go to the other side of town. You wouldn't disguise yourself. You wouldn't have that dark tint on your windows. Oh, come on. Let me get back to the unprofitable servant. He said he was afraid and hid, so take what is thine. Look at verse 26. And his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Look at verse 28. Take therefore the talent from him, and give to him which hath the 10. In other words, it said, take the one that he didn't produce, and give it to the one that had the 10 talents. I'm going to take even that which you have, and I'm going to bless somebody else with it. Verse 29. For everyone that had shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that had not shall be taken away even that which he had. Look at verse 30 is where I want to focus. Lessons from the Master, my title, the unprofitable servant. And cast the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing. In other words, he threw him out the castle. I can't use him because I tried him. I stayed gone for a long time. And I trusted him with my goods, and he didn't do nothing with it. So I can't use him. It's not that now somebody else that's lazy may pick him up along the way. But this certain Lord or master say, I have no use in him for what I'm trying to do in my house. And then heaven is ran a particular way. So God wants particular saints up there.
Amen.
You know, there was some saints that strayed away from God, turned their back on God. They won't be up there. Amen?
Amen.
Let me give you an example. King Ahab, he used to love the Lord till he married Jezebel. So he won't be in the pearly gates. How you going to be in the pearly gates and you go around killing preachers? He was a saint at one time. He used to love the Lord. The Lord even gave him victory over his enemies. But once God gave him victory over his enemies, another king came and said, I'm going to take King Benadad came and said, I'm going to take everything that is in your house. I want your silver, your gold, your wife, and your children. And so someone said, isn't there a servant of the Lord that we can prophesy to or go to that could tell us, shall we take this nation that threatened our king? And Hezekiah said, yeah, there's one prophet. His name Micaiah, but I don't want to call him. Because all he do is prophesy evil and not good. But all the other prophets told him what he wanted to hear.
That's right.
So Micaiah told him that I see Israel scattered all over the mountains. That means y'all was going to lose the war. And he told the servants to cast Micaiah in the prison because he never prophesied good but evil to me.
Right.
Micaiah said, I can only speak what that the Lord told me to speak. So unprofitable. I'm getting ready to close in a minute. Watch this. This is the story that Jesus said heaven is likened unto. Jesus is that man who came from a far country, blessed us, prepared a way for us, and gone seated at the right hand of the Father, and he's going to return. And when he returns, what condition will you be in?
Exactly.
That's the question. It's not how you live, it's how you die.
Amen.
It's not how you live, it's how you die. Amen. So we want to make sure that we don't fall into these categories. As believers, we need to make sure that we never become unprofitable as servants of the Lord Jesus. Our life should be a life lived for Jesus because he died for us. Our life should be a life lived for Jesus because he died for us. I didn't say you have to do it. I said it should be. Amen. Once we become unprofitable to God, God cannot and will not use us because we will be of no benefit to his kingdom. And it is possible to become unprofitable if you're not careful. Amen. And like I said, it don't happen overnight. It happens gradually, little by little. You become unprofitable. What are some things that could cause one to become unprofitable if we're not careful as believers? Just be careful, saints. Because when the devil pull you away from God, it's going to be smoothly. Everybody say smoothly.
Smoothly.
You ain't gonna, you ever walked up a mountain? And you notice when they walk up mountains, I know some guys that drove trucks for a living. And they tell me when they go to California, they have to go up the mountain. He said, but Joseph, it don't seem like you're going up the mountain because the street go around the mountain. But you're going up, but it don't feel like you're going up because you're going in circles. But when he said, when you look down, you thousands of feet up there because it's not just a straight slope. You gradually go up little by little. And he said, when you're coming down, you got to keep them emergency brakes on because you're descending slowly. But it don't seem like you're descending because you're going around, but you're going down. And that's how the devil do. He take you slow. And before you look up, you way away from God. You way out there. That's why they say if you're not careful, don't get in no ocean and go try to swim. Because them waves will carry you out. And before you look back, you way away from the shore. And you didn't feel like you was being pulled from the shore, but you are. It's called undercurrents. Them undercurrents will carry you out to sea. And then once you get into the sea, you pray to God you don't get in that Gulf Stream. Because that Gulf Stream is a current that moves all over the world. But it's an underwater current. You get pulled in that Gulf Stream, it'll take you all the way to Africa. Got the Gulf Streams in your life? Got some people that's pulling on you, tugging on you, trying to get you to go with the waves and with the ocean of the motion. You gotta guard your heart. Stay close to Jesus. And it's not overnight. And I'm telling you, and they make it seem so casual. They make it casual for you to sin. Oh, we just going to go over there. We ain't going to stay long. We ain't going to be that long. Come on. Just tell her how you feel. It's time. They need to know how you feel. You ain't got to read your Bible. Just read the heart. We know more about Alicia Keys. Don't wear makeup no more. But we don't know who Obadiah is in the Bible. See? But we the one God entrusted with this great assignment. Wisdom is from God. Our wisdom. You can know about Alicia Keys. I know about Obadiah. But you know, we care more about Alicia Keys because that's tasty. That's appealing. And Obadiah, who was he? Obadiah, that don't sound right. It's gradually. We know all about empire. But you know they got at least 6 Houston Christian stations in Texas. Christian channel stations. I bet you we don't know most of them. You know why? Because we're on 97.9 the box. They got Christian stations. They sure do. You ain't got to. That's right. They got at least 5 or 6. But I bet you we know our R&B one. 93, 93.5, 102. Magic 102. Amen. Don't mean that you bad. Don't mean. It's just to show you how you gradually get away from God. The devil's smooth. He put them shows on, and you're not gonna sin by watching no movie. It's not what goes into a man to defile, but it's just taking your time from reading your Bible and studying because that stuff is juicy. It just takes time from you. And I'm not going to name none of these. I'm going to say that for next Sunday. But they got a show on that come on called Modern Family. I thought that was a good show. I used to watch it till I saw the gay couple. And it's not the gay couple I'm against. I had nothing to do with the gay couple because they lost. You could push a dead man in the pool and he can't drown because he already dead. He can't drown. So in no sense, what it is, they targeting children. This show comes on at 7 o'clock in the evening. And most kids are watching TV by that time. They targeting our children to make them accept that living with a man and living with a woman is natural. And it's not. Give the Lord a hand clap of praise. Lessons from the Master, the Unprofitable Soul. Let us pray.